Good afternoon, guys. It is currently 5 minutes to 1 p.m. I'm Juan Mendoza, reporting for Noticias en la Frontera here in Laredo, Texas, where in a few minutes, Texas Governor Greg Abbott is going to be speaking here to give his remarks right now for the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Laredo Police Department Anti-Gang Center, which is a new location here that's going to give resources to the Laredo Police Department to combat crime in the city of Laredo. Should be starting any minute now. Buenos días a todos los que están viendo aquí. Soy Juan Mendoza reportando para Noticias de la Frontera aquí en Laredo, Texas, donde el gobernador Greg Abbott en unos minutos va a hablar aquí en una conferencia como parte de la ceremonia de la introducción del centro antipandillas aquí, que les va a dar más recursos a la policía aquí en Laredo a combatir el crimen. Ya debe estar saliendo en unos minutos, listos para comenzar. Entonces ahora central aquí en Laredo. Aquí hay varios oficiales, desde el alcalde Víctor Treviño, al manager de la ciudad Joseph Neb y varios otros oficiales. So city officials, including the mayor Víctor Treviño, city manager Joseph Neb, and many others are here waiting for the governor to speak. So I'll be setting up right now as he comes out shortly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I'm not gonna let that go.
How's the audio, guys? Can you guys hear me well? So as you can see, there's many officials from DPS here. Are here for the ceremony, and like I said, we're all waiting for him to come out. We should be any time within the next few minutes. He is scheduled to speak at 1 p.m.
he's still here, but he's a deputy. So Alex is over in Laredo. We go past over here. And then the SAG is in St. Cloud. Yeah, I was with Dwayne every day. I did an 18-month TDI at ATF in San Antonio. Dwayne was there. I knew him before. Dwayne was trying to work. He got he's every single person at least once. I got
So while we wait for Governor Abbott to arrive and start speaking, I'll be talking with you guys. So this is one of many more resources that the city of Laredo has been getting to help the communities here. Recently, a few weeks ago, we were also showing how CBP was getting another airfield to give them more resources, air resources, to help CBP do their jobs here in the Laredo sector. Federally, thanks to Congressman Henry Cuellar. So this is just one more resource that is being added to give officials here in Laredo the ability to do their jobs and keep the communities here in Webb County safe. Right now, recently we've seen that Texas has also been on the news, especially with El Paso recently, with the I believe now it's been reported that with the 2,000 migrants that rushed into the port of entry in the Paso del Norte bridge in El Paso. So resources being given to the Laredo sector will definitely help this area and just give more resources here to the officials to just give them more resources to help them out with anything that may happen here compared to what happened in El Paso. But I hope you guys are having a good afternoon right now. It is getting really hot here in South Texas again. So I'm just adjusting the camera.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to this beautiful Monday afternoon. As we come here today to do the actual ribbon cutting of this tag, I'm honored to be in such esteemed company for today's grand event. I want to thank the Office of the Governor. Thank you, Mr. Governor. We appreciate you very much, and the support of the state representatives of our area, State Representative Richard Raymond, Tracy King, and our Senator Judith Zaffarini for helping make our for the safety and security of our city a reality. In 2021, LPD was awarded a little over $1.5 million from the Office of the Governor to fund the 9th Texas Anti-Gang Center in the state. And today we are ceremoniously opening the doors to our facility. I mention ours because it began operations 2 years ago. The TAG has been the home of 12 participating agencies dedicated to the safety of our community. And the agencies are the Laredo Police Department, Webb County Sheriff's Office, Webb and Zapata County District Attorney's Office, the DPS, the DEA, HSI, U.S. CBP, U.S. Marshal's Office, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Texas. Here, the investigations of gang and organized crime that include the Mexican cartels and violent crime, and that's a primary focus of our TAG. Through these investigations, we've achieved successful arrests and prosecutions through the DA and the U.S. Thank you all for joining us today on this momentous occasion for the community of the city of Laredo. I'd like to ask Director McCraw to say a few words.
Thank you, Chief. I think all you've done is the fire chief and now the police chief. Laredo's special, obviously. Discussion about the threats to the state. I know you were very concerned about this collaboration of these gangs, violent gangs, transnational, MS-13, Texas Chicano Brotherhood. I know Texas Syndicate, Mexican Mafia. I know Chief Sheriff, you're concerned about them. Those gangs collaborating with the Mexican cartels and support their operations on both sides of the border. Yet they're also responsible for the majority of the retail distribution on this side, enforcement operations for the cartels on this side, and they've always been involved in a disproportionate amount of violence. The governor wants strategy. Local professionals with a prosecutor working together to disrupt, dismantle those organizations responsible for most violence in our communities. And Governor, thanks to your relentless dedication to public. Also, on behalf of the entire law enforcement community, hey, thank you for having our backs. Some people talk about defunding police. You're always trying to find a way to fund police. And I know the sheriff and I talked about all the deals and things that he was able to get just recently from your office. So,
the opportunity to meet in the Capitol a couple of weeks ago, and listen, we have a shared vision, and that is for safe communities. And we all know that Laredo is an extraordinarily vibrant community. We also know that safe communities provide a robust environment. Laredo is one of the safest cities in Texas. Our mission is to make sure we do everything possible to keep it that way. The announcement today of gang headquarters. Other regions already have one of these centers across the state of Texas, funded by the governor's office, home to 12 different law enforcement agencies. It is a crucial response to growing gang activity in this region, as well as across the state. Most importantly, this is law enforcement collaboration at its finest. One thing we find is that law enforcement functions far better when multiple agencies collaborate together. There probably is no better proof of that than these anti-gang centers that we've established across the state of Texas. I want to thank all of you. I can tell from the front line, looks like y'all are representatives of some of these agencies, and maybe in line number 2. Thank you, as well as the people who comprise your agencies, for your collaboration to crack down on gang violence in this region here in Texas. Importantly, gang activity is not unique to the Laredo area. It spans across Texas and is including MS-13 and gangs with ties to deadly drug cartels. Band in Texas. They engage in things like takeover robberies and dangerous turf battles that put innocent lives in the crossfire. They force women and children into sex trafficking and human trafficking. As just 2 fairly recent examples. One was this past November, when the U.S. Attorney's Office announced a joint investigation that led to more than a dozen criminals from the Texas Mexican Mafia gang that were altogether sentenced to about 1,600 months behind bars for narcotics trafficking and for illegal gun possession. One thing about that latter crime, illegal gun possession. And talking to law enforcement officials across the state of Texas, I wanted to find out more that are involved in crime. Repeatedly, police chiefs and others have told me they come from people, criminals, who possess those guns illegally. And I know that in this particular case, some people were sentenced to time behind bars for illegally possessing or using guns. We are working in the state legislature this session to crack down on that crime even more. Many, if not most, by people who possess them illegally. With no option but to ensure that these dangerous criminals who pose a danger of people being shot in communities with a mandatory minimum sentence to keep those dangerous criminals and their guns off our streets. Also this past December, an MS-13 gang member was arrested in this area. Just one of many that pass through or operate. This anti-gang center will provide even more tools to ensure that we crack down not just on MS-13 gang members, but also the dangerous gang members that pose a danger and threat to this community. These stories I just mentioned too, they just scratch the surface of the threats that we face every single day. In Texas, there are about 100,000 gang members in about 2,000 different gangs. Our collective job is to find them, arrest them, put them out of business, and ensure the safety of our communities. This new anti-gang center will help to achieve that goal. Now I have with me a proclamation from the state of Texas to the Laredo Anti-Gang Center. I'm going to present this to Chief Landine. Chief, why don't you come on up?
We have the board members.
You're good, man.
There we go. So someone give us a countdown. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Everyone here? And 1, 2, 3. Thank you, guys. There we go. Top right.
1, 2, 3. Thank you.
More, yeah, a lot of them.
1, 2, 3.
So sorry, here please.
No, thank you.
Sorry, thank you.
Listen, thank you all. Thank you, Governor.
Noted.
Appreciate you. Mayor, Governor. Very nice. course.
Yeah.